I was raised by activists. My mom and dad were both involved in the civil rights movement. My dad was arrested at the age of 14 registering black people to vote in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. My mom was doing the same work. She was just smart enough not to get caught. But they wanted, they didn't just talk about the importance of activism, they lived it. When we were growing up, they did two things. My parents took us to protests. I protested apartheid, I protested poverty, I protested anti-LGBTQ communities and churches, but they also took us with them to vote. And I see these as the same, two sides of the same coin. We have to protest in the streets, but we also have to protest at the ballot boxes. The protests in the streets, the local protests, what March for Our Lives has done so extraordinarily well, is the only way you draw and hold attention. It's the way you focus the mind on what needs to be done, but it's also the way you educate people about things that their daily lives don't let them think about. Yes. When I was 18, I was involved in the protest in response to the Rodney King verdict.
Wow.
We were out there. We got tear gassed. They shut down our entire neighborhood and just tear gassed us all. Whether you were in college or lived in the projects, we're all just bad black kids, and they were done with all of us. But I then went down and protested directly. I fought with the mayor of Atlanta. I was one of the select group of kids brought down to have a conversation. And I basically said, you aren't doing anything for young people. What do you do for poor young people? And what he told me was to shut up. But he later hired me to work for the Office of Youth Services in the mayor's office, a newly created office that was created in part because of how I challenged him. And what you all have seen in the work that you've been able to do, the changes you've been able to make in state laws, is extraordinary. And it's because we have to couple these things together. It's got to be about protest and policy. One without the other doesn't work, because protest feels good, but it doesn't deliver change. And policy that isn't guided by protest is usually pablum, is usually not enough, and it's easily dismissed. And so where you all are so critical, and why I'm so proud of the work you do, is that you understand both of those pillars and you push them forward and you hold people accountable, because the connective tissue is accountability.
Yes.
Being accountable when you protest, and being accountable when we elect people to make sure the policies are real and that they don't walk them back when the protests die down.
Yeah, you're definitely right. They both go hand in hand. One without the other is not going to get us anywhere. We have so many organizers in here.